Welcome to my channel for comprehensive tutorials on fundamental principles to complex problems. I'll cover it all. Feel free to share, subscribe for more contents. Thank you. Once again, I'm back with yet another exercise of exercise 18 that you can find on page 76. This is an extension of the previous exercise, which was exercise 17. In here again, we'll be solving real life problems using linear equations. Let's see how we convert the questions and the situations into algebraic equations and find the answers. The situation is that every year a man is paid 500 more than the previous year. If he receives 17,800 over 4 years, what was he paid in the first year? So first year, let's suppose he has paid X amount, and the second year he has received X plus 500, and the next year he has received X plus 1000, and the fourth year he has received X plus 1500. That makes the total of 17,500. So now altogether, if you count, there are 4 years, that means 4x, and 1500. 1500 is going to give us a 3000, which is equals to 17,500. Now, when we make this equation, 17,500 minus 3,000, I think I have made extra zero here. So that means 1500. So this is going to give us 1400, 14,800 is equals to 4x. When 14,800 is divided by 4, it's going to give us 3,700 was the initial amount which was paid in the very first year. Moving on to question number 2. It says Samir buys X cans of soda at 30 cents each, and X plus 4 cans of soda at 35 cents each. Total cost was 3.35. That means $3.35. So first I will do the conversion of dollars into cents. 3.35 is multiplied by 100 because there are 100 cents in each dollar. So this is the amount of cents we are talking about. So what equation we make is 30 cents for the first set of soda cans, and the other one is going to be at the price of 35. This is the another soda can. Now the total amount is going to be 335 cents. So if I expand this bracket, it's going to give us 35x, and 35 times 4 is going to give us 140. So this is going to give us 65x equals 335 minus 140. So 65x is going to give us 195, and when divided by 65, it's going to give us a 3. So the value is 3, which is the answer given here. Moving on to question number 3. This can be tricky, but what we have learned in the ratio and proportion, first of all, if you see a question like this, first write down the ratio, which is equals to 2 is to 5. Second step is to write sum of ratios. Sum of ratios is 7. So when we are talking about the first part, AB, it is going to be giving us, first part is going to give us 2 over 7, and the second part is going to give us a 5 over 7. When multiplied by 5, both of them are going to give us a 10 over 7 and 25 over 7, but they are asking the value of AB, which is going to be 10 over 7. Moving on to question number 4, or if you convert this into a mixed fraction, it's going to give us 1 whole 3 over 7. Moving on to question number 4, it says there are two angles, and when they add it together, it gives us 180, because it says opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. That means 3x plus 10 and 2x plus 20, when added together, they gives you 180. So 3x plus 2x is going to give us a 5x, and 20 plus 30 is 20 is giving us 20 plus 10 is going to give us a 30, and 180, and 5x is going to be equals to 180 minus 30. So 5x is going to be equals to 150, and x will be equals to 150 divided by 5. So x, the value of x is going to be equals to a 30. Now look at the question. It says this angle, when we are talking about, that means the value of x is a 30. That means 3 times 30 plus 10. This is the first angle, and second angle is 2x plus 20. That means 2 times 30 plus 20. So the first angle is going to be 90 plus 1 plus 10, which is going to give us 100. First angle is 100, and this is giving us a 60 plus 20. So this is 80. So one angle is of 100 degrees, the other angle is of 80 degrees. Moving on to the next question. In here it says the interior angles of the hexagon are in the ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. So the condition is something like this: x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x plus 5x plus 9x. Altogether they are going to give us a 720. When we add all these x's, they are going to give us a 24x equals 720. When you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9, they are going to give you a 24. And when 720 is divided by a 24, so the value of x is going to be 30. So when you look at this carefully, the first angle is going to be a 30, and this is double of x, which is 60, and this is 3 times 30, which is 90. This is 4 times 30, it's going to be 120. This is 5 times 30, it's going to give us 150, and 3 times 9 is 27. So 270 is the next sixth angle of this hexagon. Moving on to the next question. It says a man is 32 years older than his son. That means, for example, if I assume the age of son is equals to x, which is unknown, and age of father, who is 32 years older than the son. So these two equations are there, and the condition says 10 years ago. That means x plus 32, which is the father's age, minus 10 years. So 10 years back, this was the age. And 10 years back, son age was also x minus 10. Now the condition says the 10 years ago, he was 3 times older than his son. That means when son age is 3 times, this is going to be equals to father's age, because this is the father's age and this is son. So when son age is 3 times, it equals to the father's age. So according to the condition, it is going to be giving us a 22, and this is 3x minus 30, and this is going to be 20 plus 30, and this is going to be 3x minus x That means this is going to give us a 30, 60, and 3x minus 1x is going to give us a 2x. So x will be equals to 30. So at the moment, at present, the age of son is 30 and father is 32 years older. That means 30 plus 32 is going to give us, it is 22 actually. 22. So this is going to be 22 plus 32 is going to give us a 52, and this is going to be a 26. That means the son's age is 26 years. Son's age is 26, and father's age is going to be 26 plus 32. So this is son's age, and the father's age is 58 at the moment. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 7. Now, for question number 7, it is saying that distance is, we call the whole distance is equals to d. Now, and the time we are talking about is 15 minutes, which is making a 900 seconds. 900 seconds. Now, when it comes to make the equations, time to reach the marker, so I will write time to marker, and here I will write time back. So time to the marker is going to be d over 5, and time back is d over 4. So when it comes to make an equation, we will say that d over 5 plus d over 4 is equals to 900. Solving the fractions, I know very well, I will multiply this by 4 and this by 5, and the LCM is 20. So this is going to give us a 4d plus 5d over 20 equals to 900. When 4d and 5d are added together, this becomes 9d equals to 18, and 3 zeros I will make. And when 18,000 is divided by 9, it's going to give us a 2000, which is 2 kilometers. So I will write 2 kilometers is the answer for this question. Moving on to the next question. When it comes to question number 8, it says a car completes a journey in 10 minutes. For the first half of the distance, the speed was 60 kilometers per hour, and for the second half, the speed was 40 kilometers per hour. How far is the journey? Now, total distance, if I say, I will write total distance is, let's say it is 2d. I will say it is 2d, and each half is d. Each half is a d. So first half, I will say it is, the speed was 60, so I will write d over 60, and the second half I can write d over 40 because the distance speed was 40 kilometers hour, and the for total time is 10 over 60 hours. I'm converting this into hours. Now what we have is d over 60 plus d over 40 is equals to 10 over 60, which is the total time. Now, if you notice, the LCM of the denominators is 120. So to simplify, I'm just writing here 120, multiply this also by 120, and multiply this also by 120. So what we'll have ultimately is going to be something new. That means 2 times 60 is 120. I will write just 2 here. 4 times 3 is a 12. So I will write 3 here. And this is going to be 2. So this is going to be a 2D plus 3D equals a 20. That means 5D is equals to 20, and will be equals to 20 divided by 5, which is giving us a 4. Okay, so D is 4. That means, if you remember, in the very beginning I said half distances. Over here it's giving us a 4. So the total distance is going to be 2D, means 2 times 4, which is going to be 8 kilometers as an answer. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 9. It says lemmings run from point A to a cliff 4 meters per second, jumps over the edge at B, and falls to C at an average speed of 25 meters per second. If the total distance from A to C is 500 meters and the time taken for the journey is 41 seconds, find the height BC to the cliff. That means let the distance be equals to, let the distance AB equals X and BC equals H. So time taken for AB, time for AB is equals to X over 4, and time for BC is, for BC is, it says H square over 25. Okay, so the height we don't know. So what we'll do is we will simplify this as H over 5, because this square root will be cancelled with the root, and 25 will become a 5. So now this is the situation. So the total time when I calculate, so X over 4 plus H over 25 is equals to a 41. This is how we are going to solve. And when I multiply everything by 100, it's going to be, because the LCM is 100, so I multiply everything by 100 like this. So 4 times 25, 25 times 4, and this is 4100. So this is going to be 25x plus 4h equals 4100 and 4100. Now in here x plus 4h is going to be 41. From here we'll take 25 common. The value of x is already given here. So multiply everything, dividing everything by 4. So what we'll get is, in here if you see, it is 500 minus h. X plus h, if you notice here, h plus x equals 500. So the value of x is going to be equals to 500 minus h. This is the value of x. I will replace the value of x over here. So this is going to be equals to 25, and in place of x I will write 500 minus h, and again I will write plus 4h equals 4100. So this value of x is taken from here, remember this, and this is going to give us 12500 minus 25h plus 4h equals 4100. So when calculating all this, it's going to give us 1250, and this is going to be 25 minus 4 is going to give us a minus 21. H equals 4100, and this is going to be 12500 minus 4100 equals 21h. That means when it's subtracted, it's going to give us 8400 divided by 21 will be equals to h. That means it is going to be height is 400. This is going to be your answer for the question. So height of the BC of the cliff is 400 meters. Moving on to question number 10. This is question number 10. Now in question number 10 it says a bus is traveling with 48 passengers. So keep this in mind that there are 48 passengers already in the bus. When it arrives at a stop, X passenger get off and 3 gets on. That means the equation is going to be something like this. For out of 48, uh, X is subtracted and X number of passengers are subtracted and 3 are added to the bus in the first stage. And at this moment, 55, 51 minus x. From where this 51 comes? Because after adding these three, it becomes 51, and minus x will be equals, right? So in here, the equation in the second stop, what happens? This is at the first stop. Second stop, what happens? Stop number 2 from this, which is the second condition after the passengers getting off. So this becomes half. 51 minus x becomes half, and 7 more added, which is becoming 22 passengers at the moment. So these are the two equations that are going to helping us in solving the question further. Now this means that in the first one it's going to give us 48 plus 3. Okay, so this happens at the first stop, and this happens at the second stop. Now 51x, when we solve this, it gives us 50 minus x over 2 equals 22 minus 7. This becomes 51 minus x equals 22 minus 7 is going to be a 15 over 2. This 2 is going to go on the other side and multiply by 15 to give us a 30. That means 51 minus 30 will be equals to x, and 51 minus 30 is going to give us x equals 21 passengers. So 21 is the answer. Moving on to next question, which is question number 11, and this tells us another situation in which at the first stop, what happens is out of 52 passengers, these passengers get off and 4 more passengers comes. That means this is going to be a 56 minus y. This happens at the first stop. At the second stop, what happens is the same passengers one third. That means 56 minus y out of 3, and then 7 added to this, and becomes altogether 25. Solving this equation, 56 minus y equals 25 minus 7 is going to give us an 18, and 56 minus 18 equals y. But in here there is a little tricky part I left. So 56 minus y equals 25 minus 7, and this was a 3 here. So 56 minus y over 3 equals 25, minus 7 is in 18. So 56 minus y, 18 times 3 is going to give us a 54, and 56 minus 54 is equals to y. That means we are talking about the value which is 2. Moving on to question number 12. But just a reminder, the question 11 is answer is 2, not 23. Correct answer is 2, not 23. Now in question number 12, it says Mr. Lee left his fortune for his 3 sons, 4 daughters, and his wife. Each son received twice as much as each daughter, and his wife receives 6,000 only, which was the quarter of the money. How much did each son receive? So let's suppose the total fortune is F. I consider this one as I write total fortune is equals to F, and wife share was fortune divided by 4, which was 6,000, and remaining fortune is fortune minus 6,000. So keep this equation in your mind. This is the remaining amount, and each daughter is going to get x, and each son is going to get 2x. So that means there are 3 sons, that means 2x, and plus 4 daughters, and this is going to be in here, it is 6 times 4, that means it's going to be 24. So altogether it was 24. Okay, so the total amount was 24,000. Keep this in mind, because the fourth part is 6,000. That means it 4 times it is a 24. So this is the total fortune. Now in here it's going to be 18,000. That means 3 times 2 is a 6. 6x plus 4x equals 18,000. That means 10x is equals to 10x equals 1800, and that means x will be equals to 18,000 divided by 10. So x amount is 1800. So each daughter is going to get 1800, and how much each son, that means 2x, that means it's going to be 18,000, 2 times 1800 is going to give us 3600. This is the amount each son is going to get. Moving on to the next question. It says in a regular polygon, that means it is 180 minus 360 over n is equals to 156. That means if I keep the numbers together, that means 180 minus 156 is equals to 360 over n. That means 180 minus 156 is going to give us a 24 equals 360 over n, swapping n and 24. So n will be equals to 360 divided by 24. So the n is going to be 15. So this polygon, this shape has 15 sides. How many sides? So they are asking about the sides. So there are 15 sides of this polygon. Moving on to question number 14. A sparrow flies to see a friend. So at the speed of 4 kilometers per hour, his friend is out. So the sparrow immediately return home at the speed of 5 kilometers per hour. Complete journey took 54 minutes. So how far away does his friend live? So equation can be made. Total time is time to friend place is going to be distance over 4, and for return it's going to be d over 5, because the going speed was 4 and coming back is 5. So total time, if I write something like this, total time is going to be equals to d over 4 plus d over 5 equals 54 over 60. So as you can see in here, it's going to be simplified as 5d plus 4d over 20 equals 54 over 60. So if I solve this, it's going to give us a 9d over 20 and 54 over 60. Now in here we can cross multiply, and I can write this as keeping the 9 here itself, 54 and 60. I'll bring this 9 down here, and 20 I'll bring up here. So this, when simplified, so d is going to be, when we cancel this 0 with this 0, so we'll have 54 times 2 and 6 times 9, which is a 54. 54 times 2, and this gives us a 54. These two are cancelled, so d is going to be 2. So the answer for this question is 2 kilometers is the answer. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 15. Consider equation an square minus 182, where is any number between 2 to 5 and n is a positive integer. What are the possible values of it? Now in question 15, it says an square equals 182, and it is possible values. You can arrange values I can use are between 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the values I can use. So it is going to be n square equals 182 over a. So there are four possibilities I can try. So 182 over 2 and 182 over 3 and 182 over 4 and 182 over 5. So the first one is going to give us a 91. Second one is going to give us a 60.67. Third one is giving us a 45.5. And the fourth one is giving us 36.4. So none of them, this is not even a perfect square, not even perfect square. These three are not even integers. Now comes the next question, which is question number 16. Consider the equation k over x equals 12, where k is any number between 20 and 65. So what we'll do is we are going to use the value of x. K over x equals 12. So that means the constant value is going to be 12x. In here, suitable values are between 20. I can write this way, or the values of k between 20 and 65. So now I will put the value of k over here. This 12x is going to replace here, and I will write 20 less than 12x less than or equal to 65. If I need to remove this 12 from here, I will divide everything by 12. So I will write something like this: divide by 12, divide by 12, and divide by 12. So the first one is going to give us 1.67 less than or equal to x and less than or equal to, this is going to give us a 5.42. So that means all the values between 2 and 4 are going to be the answer, because 1.67, it should be greater than that. So that means 2, 3, 4, and 5 is also included because of this. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the possible values for this question. So that's the end of this exercise. Let's see how many questions were there. Altogether there were 16 questions. Question number 11 has answer which is 2 only. It's not 23. So I better remove this. In here it is removed. So this is the correct answer. Now in here, this is the end of this exercise 18. And wish you all the best. If you are a teacher of the student or the students, and anytime you feel free to connect me in case if you have any doubt or anything that you need to correct it or need any modifications, please do let me know. Thank you very much once again for coming and watching this. Next topic is going to be very interesting. That is going to be simultaneous equations. So many students, they were asking me to make videos on solving simultaneous equations. So see you once again in the next exercise, which is exercise 19. Thank you very much once again. Kindly do subscribe and share with your friends, those who are students. And if you are a teacher watching this, do share with other teachers, those who need support in understanding the concepts. Thank you very much once again.